toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give him 17 on that pickup.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touch?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Hey, I'm going to run you over.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop it.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24-20.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play call.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
And that's their first sack of this game. But how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
40's mine. 40's the mine. I got you. 40's the mine. Hustle. What we got? What we got?
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 7-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. On 2nd down, it's Grant. And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. On second down now, it's Grant, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. From the gun on third down, Jackson. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now it's Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Mike, 57.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long, out to his left. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. On second down, it's Coleman. 9 yards on the gain there, so from 2nd and 19, now we've got a 3rd and 10.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Set the tone, defense. 40. 40's Mike. 40's Mike. Watch the run. Preload. Hey, Mike 40.
On third down, Wilson. He gets it to Brown, complete. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Wilson will find Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Hey, 0. Let's go.
On first down, Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So we are at halftime here in downtown Seattle with the Seahawks out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This is Grant. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And a Raven first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Chris Moore, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Wide, get wide. You go tight.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
It's our time. It's our time. 14.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go back to Grant. He's going to have the first down past the 20. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a third straight All-Pro season.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson flushed out right. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson, and he's got Snead. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 19. Jackson now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Corey Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 75 yards. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Throwing on 3rd and long. Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Tight guard, tight guard, tight guard. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Alert, 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 alert. Left pass, left pass.
After the interception, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. And Dixon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
That's caught inside the 20. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about them.